You're an interesting species, an interesting mix, capable of such beautiful dreams and such horrible nightmares. You feel so lost, so cut off, so alone, only you're not. In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other. The phenomenon, contact. There's a saying, you can't judge a book by its cover, but with the phenomenon, you can't even be sure it's a book you're looking at. The true nature of the phenomenon, whatever it may be, resists literal interpretation. It's not just what you see, it's what you experience. And what you experience may not be what's physically there. Witness accounts, over decades, suggest a deeper mechanism is at work, a reality that projects itself into consciousness. Not as a fixed form, but as a living mirror shaped by the mind observing it. We may be dealing not with objects in space, but with symbols in mind. Quantum theorists like Sir Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff have proposed that human consciousness itself may be rooted in quantum processes occurring within microtubules, structures inside neurons. This opens the door to the idea that external quantum phenomena, such as advanced propulsion systems or exotic energy fields, might directly affect human perception and cognition. That what is seen is not simply light reflected into the eye, but something induced within the brain's perceptual matrix. In other words, a sufficiently advanced intelligence or technology may not just manipulate the external environment. It may shape your reality. Some researchers have gone further. They speculate that once the fundamental nature of consciousness and reality is understood, it becomes possible to alter not just one's surroundings, but the observer's internal perception of those surroundings. If the intelligence behind incidents like Rendlesham has mastered this, then what we see may be a tailored experience, a constructed reality meant to guide, obscure, or initiate. And if that's true, how can we ever be certain what we're encountering? As Robert Bigelow said in a 2013 interview with George Knapp, this isn't just aliens flying here in ships, it's way more complex. Bigelow. Far more, layers deep, and entire books have only scratched the surface, dealing with consciousness, perception, and how the phenomenon adapts to the observer. That's the crux. The phenomenon adapts. It evolves in how it reveals itself, not just over time, but from mind to mind. From dragons carved in ancient Chinese scrolls, to airships reported in the 1890s, ghost rockets after World War II, discs in the 1950s, and massive black triangles in the Hudson Valley in the 1980s. Different shapes, same mystery. Why? Because maybe the form is less important than the effect it creates in the witness, and perhaps the real object is never external. It's the imprint it leaves behind. Screen memories, like the oft-cited owl at the window, later revealed under hypnosis to be a gray humanoid, hint at a masking function. One that either hides the truth or presents it in a form the mind can process without breaking. That's not holography. It's something deeper, not the projection of light, but the projection of reality. And that brings us back to Rendlesham. I do not doubt Jim Penniston's sincerity when he describes a triangular craft he physically touched, but I also wonder, was that craft what was really there? Or was it what his consciousness constructed in the moment to make sense of the incomprehensible? Because in the end, the real phenomenon doesn't just land. It arrives in your head. Daniel Pace's underappreciated film, The Appearance of a Man, opens with a provocative idea. 1,000 years ago, we called them angels. Now we call them aliens. Perhaps nothing changed, except the lens through which we interpret the experience. In Contact, when Dr. Ellie Arroway reaches an alien world, she finds herself on a beach from her childhood. Her father, long dead, greets her. It's not real, but it feels real. and the intelligence tells her, "We thought this might make things easier for you." When she asks to see their true form, the response is gently evasive. "Small moves, Ellie. This is how it's been done for thousands of years." Maybe that's what we did in Rendlesham. Made a small move forward. Maybe first contact isn't an arrival with flashing lights and handshakes, but a question buried in the silence of pine needles underfoot, the static on a radio, a shape in the dark that doesn't quite belong. It teases, tests, adapts, and leaves us wondering. And maybe that's the point.